Hi, I'm an English teacher. My name's Henry Poole. I'm from London and I'm interested in working in South Korea in the future. So in this video I'm going to tell you a bit about my qualifications, my experience, my teaching, and I hope you enjoy it. Thank you. I've qualified with a Bachelor of Arts degree in Modern Languages, that's English and Spanish. I've completed a Cambridge RSA CELTA with the required 120 hours. I've done a proofreading course, and on top of that I've done some MOOCs with Coursera in creative thinking and e-learning and digital cultures. I've worked as an English teacher in Thailand for about 18 months. That was a lot of fun. I've worked at various language schools here in London, including summer schools, and I've worked as a freelance teacher teaching business English and also helping individual students with exam preparation, such as IELTS and Trinity. I live in an area that's close to a place called New Malden, which has the highest concentration of Koreans in the UK, and therefore I've come into contact with Korean students at language schools and on a private basis. So therefore, I'm familiar with some of the difficulties that Koreans encounter when learning the English language, such as word order, pronunciation, prepositions, as well as, of course, articles. I like to keep my students interested by offering them a variety of activities, such as exercises, games, presentations, conversations, as well as activities such as producing a poster, for example. And therefore I think it's important to adapt different teaching methodologies in the classroom, such as the whole class participation method, which might be a fun mingle activity, or the collaborative learning, where they work together, as I said before, to produce a poster. I also think by doing this we can address the different learner styles that exist in our classrooms, such as the more visual learner, the oral learner, or the kinesthetic, or if you like, hands-on learner. A lot of students, of course, want to learn the 4 basic skills of reading, writing, listening and speaking. But what I find is that many students really want to know how to use the English language for different social purposes. In other words, how to change the language and adapt it for writing an essay, telling a story, telling a joke, or even attending a job interview. And this is where I can be of help, because I've studied the ideas of Michael Halliday on my degree, the ideas of functional grammar, and I'll give you an example of this. Recently I walked past a shop window and there was a sign in there saying, "Simple boy's haircut, £10." Now, to a non-native speaker or a person of low-level English, this might not seem very strange, but to a native speaker or a person of more advanced English, this is actually quite funny, because here it implies that it's actually the boy that's simple rather than the haircut. In order to engage with students, I feel it's very important that we encourage them to learn English not just in the classroom, but outside as well, and that can be with vlogs, blogs, music, games, videos, social media, and even using their smartphones and the voice recorder application on them. I'll give you an example of this. I often encourage my students to do a short recording on their smartphones for a minute, and then ask them to get their partner to check the recording for mistakes of pronunciation, word order and grammar. And this promotes independent learning, which I feel is a very powerful force in a student's development of language. So why do I want to work in Korea, you might ask? Well, as I said before, I've taught Koreans here in London. I've enjoyed teaching them. I've been very fortunate in that I've managed to sample some of the food and some of the culture. I'm looking forward to exploring this wonderful landscape of mountains. But I think for professional reasons it would be a very good choice for an English teacher, because Korea is a country where English learning is taken very seriously. So therefore I'm looking forward to meeting these enthusiastic students. Well, thank you for watching this video. 안녕히 가세요.